Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-dive in deep into a topic that has been making headlines and sparking conversations across the globe. The ever-evolving story of Prince Andrew. We've got some major updates, significant developments, and a look at how his royal life has transformed over the past few years, culminating in some truly surprising recent news. So, let's jump right in. The most recent, and arguably most impactful, development hit us in mid-October 2025. This is huge. Prince Andrew has reportedly agreed to stop using his primary royal title, Duke of York. Now, that's a monumental shift. This decision, from what we understand, came after discussions with King Charles III. The official line, and one that makes a lot of sense when you consider the ongoing situation, is that the continued accusations against him are becoming a distraction to the vital work of the royal family. It's about protecting the institution, and this move reflects that. But it doesn't stop there. This agreement isn't just about the Duke of York title. It also encompasses his other significant titles, like Earl of Inverness and Baron, and perhaps even more notably for those who follow royal honors, it includes his membership in the highly prestigious Order of the Garter. Losing that is a clear sign of just how serious this situation has become. The trigger for this latest action seems to be renewed media scrutiny. Specifically, reports that surfaced about emails indicating he maintained contact with Jeffrey Epstein for a longer period than he had previously acknowledged. During his now infamous 2019 BBC Newsnight interview, it seems new information keeps coming to light, and with it, new pressures. Now, while this recent development is significant, it is crucial to remember that this is the first time Prince Andrew S's public life has been drastically altered. In fact, before this latest loss of his ducal title, his entire public persona had already been systematically dismantled over several years. Think back to November 2019. Following the widespread backlash from that very same BBC Newsnight interview, an interview that many describe as a PR disaster, he stepped back from public duties for the foreseeable future. This was a huge initial blow, effectively removing him from the public eye as a working royal. Then came January 2022, which was another pivotal moment. Queen Elizabeth II, with a clear and firm hand, stripped him of all his honorary military affiliations. We're talking about prestigious roles like Colonel of the Grenadier Guards. These aren't just ceremonial. They carry a deep historical and emotional weight. At the same time, he was also forced to return all his royal patronage. These are the charities and organizations that royals lend their names and support to, doing incredible work. Losing these meant a significant reduction in his official capacity to contribute. And finally, in that same month, he was banned from using the His Royal Highness, or H style, in any official capacity. While he technically retains the style as a birthright, the prohibition on using asterisk had officially sent a very strong message about his diminished status within the royal family. So, as you can see, the path to the recent title relinquishment has been a long and winding one, marked by a series of significant withdrawals from public life. Beyond the loss of titles and official roles, the scandal surrounding Prince Andrew has also brought about direct and severe legal and financial consequences. You can't separate the public fallout from the real-world impact on his life and finances! One of the most prominent legal challenges was the high-profile civil lawsuit filed against him in the United States by Virginia Giuffre, who accused him of sexual assault. This case garnered immense media attention and put him under intense legal and public pressure to prevent the case from going to a potentially very damaging public trial. Prince Andrew reached a multi-million-pound out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre in February 2022. It's important to note that while he paid this substantial sum, the settlement explicitly stated that he made no admission of guilt. This was a critical point for him, but the financial cost was undoubtedly immense. The financial repercussions didn't end there. He reportedly lost his taxpayer-funded police protection. For someone in his position, this is a major security concern, forcing him to pay for his own private security, which is estimated to cost millions per year. Imagine that kind of ongoing expense. Now, let us talk about a current pressure point that has really grabbed headlines, the Royal Lodge and what is being called its peppercorn rent. This directly addresses a question many of you have had, and it's a major ongoing financial and public relations issue. The core fact here is that a copy of his 2003 lease for the impressive 30-room Royal Lodge in Windsor was recently made public, around October 21st, 2025. And what it revealed was quite startling to many. The lease confirms that his annual rent for this massive property is 1 peppercorn if demanded, meaning it's essentially a symbolic non-monetary sum. This has, understandably, raised a lot of eyebrows. So, what was the deal? However, here's where the conflict arises. With his royal allowances cut, as we just discussed, there's intense public and political pressure over how he can afford the mandatory, costly annual upkeep of such a large, historic property. We're talking about heating, maintenance, staff, and general repairs for a 30-room mansion. This revelation has fueled widespread reports that King Charles has been pressuring Andrew to vacate the massive home in favor of a smaller property, perhaps something like Frogmore Cottage. But, and this is a big but, the lease agreement makes it legally difficult to evict him. He has a long-term contract, and unless he breaches it in a specific way, forcing him out isn't straightforward. This is a complex situation that is clearly causing tension within the family and generating a lot of public discussion. Moving on. Let's talk about the ongoing expert criticism and what can only be described as his public exile. This really ties into the broader perception of Prince Andrew and his future. Your point about biographer Andrew Loney, author of Asterisk, entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York Asterisk, perfectly illustrates the severe expert criticism he continues to face. Loney's predictions reflect a strong belief among many critics and legal experts that his legal jeopardy is necessarily over, especially if new evidence were to emerge from the broader Epstein case. This constant scrutiny means that even with settlements and title relinquished, the shadow of past events continues to loom large. In practical terms, he has been effectively barred from major public-facing royal events. This isn't just speculation. We've seen it play out. Most notably, he was visibly excluded from the Buckingham Palace balcony during both the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations and, more recently, King Charles's coronation. These are moments of national celebration and royal unity, and his absence speaks volumes about his current standing within the royal family and with the public. The combination of the Virginia Giuffre lawsuit and that infamous 2019 Newsnight interview where many felt he failed to show adequate empathy for Epstein's victims has resulted in a total collapse of his public reputation. It's a challenging situation for anyone, let alone a member of the royal family. It seems that, for the foreseeable future, Prince Andrew will continue to navigate a path defined by ongoing scrutiny, reduced public roles, and significant personal challenges. It's truly a complex and evolving story, and we'll keep you updated as new information emerges. What do you all think about these latest developments? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today. If you found this deep dive into Prince Andrew's story insightful, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more royal updates and in-depth analyses. We appreciate your support.